I'm not ready to create a dynasty with a team that's been to the NBA Finals tonight for the first time in 40 years. That they're going to suddenly control the NBA is a little bit too much for me to handle tonight. I would say let's see what happens. Let's see if they finish this deal off. Let's see if they win the championship. And let's see how it plays out. I mean, let's say they win, and let's see how they do, let's say, next year in terms of backing it up. And if they could go back to the finals, then you start saying, wow, they did it again. This is crazy. They have something brewing here like a dynasty. But to be in a game one for the first time in 40 years, I can't give them that respect tonight. I'm sorry. I think they're a decent team for sure. I think they're really good. You know, people are anointing him, Curry, the greatest shooter to ever live in the history of the NBA. You know, for me, I think he's amazing. I won't deny it. I'm not going to sit here and try to argue with anyone that he's not a great shooter, or that he's not phenomenal, or that he's perhaps maybe the greatest ever. That's all fine and dandy. I have, you know, some issues with that, though. And, you know, I have a hard time with Larry Bird. Just for me, the first thing I think of it was Larry Bird. Like, that guy was the greatest shooter I ever saw, and now all of a sudden this guy's the greatest shooter that ever played the game, and this is his first MVP, and people are anointing him the Jesus of jump shots. I mean, it's a little strong for me. I think he's incredible. I think he's a phenomenal talent. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying they're saying he's the greatest player that's ever played in the history of the world. I have a hard time with that. It's not working for me. I think he's got way too much to go and to prove, and a long way in front of him, and a long path and journey in the NBA. I mean, if this guy rattles off 5 MVPs and 3 or 4 championships in Golden State, then I'll say, you know, he's the greatest player ever. But, like, can I just get over the 20 years I've been listening to Michael Jordan's God, that he's the greatest thing that's ever come out of the world, or his mother, or anything else. This is the greatest human being ever born. He's Jesus Christ himself, and he sells Nike apparel. Can you believe Jesus sells Nike apparel? And now I go from that to LeBron James, comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan, and now, because they're playing an NBA Finals in Oakland, suddenly Steph Curry's the greatest living human being ever, and I thought this whole time Tom Brady was. I can't keep track of all these heroes.